Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we've got another unboxing. There was a boxing of 3 different knives coming in from Remette. This is box number 2. So let's take a look at that today. All right, here we go. Today we're going to be looking at knife number 2. I don't know anything about the knives, so this is all surprise to me. Okay, that's pretty cool looking. All right, so you got a tool. Got a nice microfiber cloth. That's very, very nice. Very nice. Ooh, this nice black and gold kind of inlay there, looks like. I don't know if it's just, is it anodized or is it just kind of colored on there? But it feels titanium. We've got a nice lanyard loop, but it is rounded, which is cool. Got dust everywhere. Sorry, got dust from the little bag there. Looks like brass right there. Interesting thumb studs, but they are removable. Looks like T6s. Hidden hardware everywhere. How do you get this apart? Is it like some sort of... How does this come apart? Huh. I wonder if there's something back here. Okay. So, oh, yeah, look at that. It comes apart like that. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is one of these that comes apart. Very, very interesting. All right, so here we go. Ooh, big, interesting blade. Recurve, sort of like a belly. I don't know what you want to call, I forget what they call that blade, but it's, I don't know, it's like a sheep's foot modified recurve, whatever, but very thin, super slicey. It's got a nice wedge on top, but boy, that is super thin and slicey at the bottom there. What are we looking at as far as blade steel? I don't even know what the blade steel is. Does it say anywhere? Does it say anywhere? I don't know. But wait a second. That action, hold on. Nice access. We've got some, looks like some nice chamfering there cut out on both sides. There's a lock bar. It almost looks like it's a bolstered sort of frame lock, but I don't know. Let's see, how well does it drop? Oh, that's crazy smooth. Okay. Wow. All right, I gotta think this is more of a premium knife. This has got to be something like S35 VN M390 or something like that. It is pretty dead centered nuts. Let's see. It's a little loose. It's a little loose. So I would want to tighten that. I don't want to scratch it, but it does need a little bit of tightening. And how would we do that without messing it up? Do I have something that maybe I could use like this? My plastic screw? Let's see. Let's see if I can do that. Maybe that'll allow me to do it without. No, that's not going to do it. All right, it's not my knife. I'm just checking it out. It is a little loose. Yeah, it's a little loose. Unfortunately, I don't know how you would tighten it, but that action is beautiful, though. It does seem to drop pretty nicely. Thumb studs work pretty well. Definitely a little different jimping up there. Works really nicely. Interesting, interesting. The frame lock works nicely. It does roll over pretty well. Let's see, where's that clutch on here? Oops. Can fail it, obviously. Let's see. So right there is the clutch, and so if you clear here, you're usually pretty good. All right, so easy to reverse flick. Let's see, left-handed, is it easy to reverse flick here? It is, because you're not putting the pressure right there, so that's nice. So there's the left thumb right there. The flipper works really nicely. It does have a good leverage to the flipper, so it does work really well. You can do, it looks like you can do the push button, or you can do the light switch. The push button seems to have a little stronger actuation there. Yeah, it does. So if you push back here, yeah, definitely get a little nice stronger actuation. It almost feels like this is technically a tanto because you got a little corner right there, but it's a recurve. I don't know what you call this. This is not a twirl you can use your finger. Definitely not. I have large hands with big meaty fingers, so I'm right at the edge. I'm going to be over. So this is, it's a little small, right? So if you have extra large hands with regular size fingers or double extra large hands with smaller size fingers, is about where you're going to be. I think extra large hands, you're going to be out here. Double extra large hands, you're going to be right at the end. You would still be 4, but you'd be using this end part, just so you know. There's really not a choke up position there as well. It does have some jimping. It is rounded, so you're not going to feel like you're squeezing there. Okay. It's a little sharp there. So that'll catch you, especially when I was pushing in. I could feel that. That would get you after a while if you're trying to push in to get a nice grip. So you got to be careful about that. If it wasn't all blacked out, I would, you know, if it was my knife, I would file that down to make it a little softer, but that's not my knife. I'm just getting to check it out. This is pretty aggressive, but unfortunately it's out of the way because it's being covered up by this outer titanium layer, which I get the impression that, is that just layered? Wait a second. I'm trying to figure out, where is that? Interesting. All right. So I'm guessing this is some sort on the outside. So I think you pull that back like this. This comes off like that. Okay. All right, so that's how it locks in. All right, so if you want to put it back, you got to clip it in like that. All right, very good. Not my knife. I'm not going to take it apart, but I find that fascinating. Kind of reminds me a little bit of some of the other knives that, like, what is it? Reich does that with some of their knives. Very, very cool. Very cool little design. Very interesting. Pretty dead centered now. I mean, it wasn't centered before. It still feels loose, so it does need to be tightened. Probably need a little flathead screwdriver, but again, not my knife, so I'm not going to do that. Interesting black. I'm going to assume this is PVD or Cerakoted. I don't think this is DLC at all. Minimum remnant right there. I don't know what the blade steel is. We'll have a link for it, hopefully down in the description with the information, because I don't know. It's a very interesting design altogether. I'm not sure how I feel about that blade shape. It's different. Not quite my cup of tea, but it's definitely unique. And so I like unique. And I think something unique, something fresh could be cool. Could lead to something that I might eventually like. So I never shoot down innovation and new design, right? Because ultimately a variation of that could be something I totally dig. And so why would you crush something that could eventually lead to something you would really enjoy? And, you know, I mean, I'm not going to, I may not buy it, right? Because it's not my cup of tea, but eventually if they have an iteration of it that is something really cool, then I might really enjoy that. I like the flipper. That's really nice. There's the thumb studs. That works really well. So you've got that, and they do work pretty well. You're right there for your fingers. You know exactly where you need to go. It does work pretty decently. So I do like that. All right, very cool. Let's go ahead and take a nice close look at this. And there's the blade with a very unique shape. It is a flat grind with a nice wedge on top. And we have over here the handles. And I think this is sort of like something on the outside that encases it, I'm guessing, or something. I don't know. And then you've got the clip, the hidden hardware. You can see that. It is out of the way. Very flexible enough to work. It's got a back spacer. You have this right here, which is kind of worn off. So it definitely it's got to be like a PVD or Cerakote. But it almost feels like a bolstered frame lock. So that's cool. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom back out, and then we'll go ahead and take a nice quick shot of this one here. It's definitely unique. It's different. I don't know if it's everybody's cup of tea, so, you know, there you go. Very, very interesting. All right, cool. There you go. That's a Remette, and it is, if I don't have it up there, it's going to be in the link down below in the description, obviously in the title of the video. But I don't know what this is. I'm not very familiar with Remette's line, so very cool. Interesting, different design. I will say everything is rounded ergonomically. The clip is rounded. It's a little sharp, but it's not as bad as it could be. Some things I would round out. That's why I'm not really a favor of the black, because then you can't really sand it down. You have a choil that can't really be used, but the flipper works well. I don't know what tools would be appropriate on here. If there's one tool or not. It does seem this comes off, and that's part of your disassembly. I don't know exactly how. That's kind of cool. It feels like it's all titanium. It's not any liner lock in here. Yeah, it's all titanium. Even that. I wonder if that's titanium too. I mean, the knife is magnetic, right? So anyways, very, very interesting. So here's a picture of the knife, nice and up close. And we'll look at the back. What do y'all think? Anybody have this knife? Anybody own it? Anybody enjoying it? Love to hear your thoughts, your insight on this. Getting a chance to check out some very unique, different things. So there you go. Oh, I was going to put it away. Wait, what am I doing? Not over yet. So there we go. Hey, if you have any comments, any questions about the review, let me know. And also, hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, and informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? If you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel. As the channel produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to everyone who watches the videos, who enjoys the content, who watches the live stream as part of it. I appreciate you. If you haven't already, hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content like this video. And to all of my channel members, a big, huge, huge thank you. Big shout out. I appreciate you. I really do. You guys, if you didn't know it, there's days I'm not feeling like producing content, and you guys really do encourage me. And then there's also other times when, yeah, it just, you're not sure if this is really what you want to, you enjoy this, but then you hit those moments where it's just not great. Everything is not fun at some point, right? And if it isn't for the people that the community the people that encourage you, sometimes, then you're done. But you guys are just awesome. So I mean that. I really do mean that. So thank you to you guys. And you also allow me to do things a little bit sooner than I ever thought I would. Things that I would thought we're another 2-3 years away from. So thank you to you guys. I really do appreciate it. And if you've thought, hey, I'd like to become a channel member, I'd love to support your channel. I'd love to have you. I'd be honored, seriously. Don't ever feel obligated. I want you to be free to enjoy, watch the content, be part of the lives without it. But I do do 2 nice things for channel members. One, I do a once-a-month members giveaway, and I usually make it a pretty exclusive, fancy giveaway because you guys have been so generous with the memberships. And then 2, I give every new channel member a channel sticker. And so if you're a brand new channel member and you haven't asked me yet, email me with your name and address, and I'd love to mail you a sticker. If you were a channel member before and became a channel member again and never asked me for a channel member sticker and are a member right now, or if you've been a channel member all along and just never asked me for a channel member sticker, I'd love every one of you guys. I'd love for you to email me with your name and address, and I'd love to mail you a channel sticker to thank you for being members. So thank you. Then finally, if you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.